Hi everyone, this is Teacher Ashley, and today I'm going to talk about stars, the sky, and the planets. Okay, look at the sky. What do you see? Maybe the sun or clouds? Then at night, when the sun goes down, what else can you see? The stars? The moon? Today I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can see in the sky. So this here is Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, and it's an event where colorful lights show in the sky. So why does this happen? Well, this happens when small magnets in the air move from the sun towards Earth really fast. And these magnets crash into the air on Earth, which result in these colorful lights in the sky. And the reason why these are the northern lights is because they happen in the north. So you can see here, this is the Earth, and the green part is where you can find a lot of these northern lights. There are also the southern lights, which happen in the south. Something else that you can see recently are solar and lunar eclipses. So what does this mean? Well, solar means sun, lunar means moon, and eclipse means for them to line up. First, let's talk about solar eclipses. So this is when a new moon covers the sun, either part of it or all of it, and when the moon covers the sun, the sky becomes dark even though it's day. The next time that a solar eclipse will happen in Taiwan is September 2nd, 2035. But if you look at the sun, you still need special sunglasses to protect your eyes. Next, let's talk about lunar eclipses. So here you can see that the moon moves behind the Earth's shadow, and when this happens, some of the light from the sun still makes its way towards the moon, and this will make the moon look red. The next time that a lunar eclipse will happen in Taiwan is March 13th, 2025. Here's a picture of the different phases of the moon that we can see here from Earth. Lunar eclipses only happen during full moons, and solar eclipses only happen during new moons. But not every full moon and every new moon is a lunar or solar eclipse. We've talked a lot about the moon, so here's one more, a blue supermoon. First, let's talk about what a supermoon is. A supermoon is when the moon is closest to Earth, and that makes it look really big from where we are. On the left, you can see the dotted line, which is where the moon is supposed to be, but the solid line is where the moon actually is. You can see that the supermoon is closer to Earth than where it normally is. Next, what's a blue moon? A blue moon isn't a moon that's the color blue. It's actually when you see a full moon for the second time in 1 month. Normally, full moons happen once a month, but sometimes they happen 2 times in 1 month. The second time that it happens is a blue moon. So we know that a supermoon is when the moon is closer to us and looks really big, and a blue moon is when we see a full moon for the second time in 1 month. Then, a blue supermoon is seeing a supermoon twice in 1 month. The next time that a blue supermoon will happen is probably sometime in January to March in 2037. Pop quiz. How many planets are there? If you said 8, you're correct. So we know that planets orbit or go around the sun at different speeds. So, will the planets ever line up? Probably not. Even though all 8 planets probably won't ever line up, scientists think that in the year 2040, 5 planets, including Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter, will be in the same 180-degree point of view. So before, for lunar and solar eclipses, we talked about the sun, the earth, and the moon being in a straight line. Well, what if you on Earth on one side and the sun is on the other side, but a planet, Mars for example, goes in between you and the sun? This is called a planetary transit. A planet goes in between 2 things, here, the Earth and the sun. So if a transit is one thing passing in between 2 things, then if we're on Earth, we can't see the Earth being in between 2 things. So let's put you on Mars. If the Earth travels between Mars and the sun, then it's a transit of Earth. Transits of Earth happen every 25 to 100 years. The last time this happened was on May 11th, 1984, and the next time will be November 10th, 2084. So if you're on Mars in 2084, you can see the Earth travel in between Mars and the sun. So we talked a lot about the sun, and did you know that the sun is a star? If you look up, can you see the stars moving? Maybe a shooting star? Well, actually, shooting stars aren't stars, they're meteors, which is another word for space rock. And shooting stars move so fast, or meteors move so fast, that they run into the air in front of them, and the air gets so hot that it starts to glow, which is why they look like stars. Normally, shooting stars look like they're falling from the sky towards Earth, but here we can see a meteor procession. A meteor procession is when shooting stars travel in groups across the sky. So here we see 3 groups of meteors shooting across. The last time that this happened was on February 9th, 1913, and scientists don't know if there will be another time, but if you look up, maybe you can see it. Something else that you might be able to see in the sky is a comet. It kind of looks like the shooting star we just talked about, but comets are made of ice and dust, not rock. So this is probably the most famous comet, called Halley's Comet, and this is British astronomer Edmund Halley. People used to think that each comet was different, but Halley thought that the comet people saw in 1531, 1607, and 1687 were the same one. He found out that this comet comes around Earth about every 76 years. The last time we saw this comet was in 1986, and the next time that we'll see it again is 2061. So that's everything for today, and maybe next time when you go outside, you'll see something that you learned here today. Bye!